The big wedding weekend for Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos and fiancée Lauren Sánchez. The two sang their I do's in front of a host of celebrities, followed by lots of fanfare. But the festivities aren't over yet. ABC's Maggie Rulli joins us live from Venice. She's been there from the start, keeping us up to date. Good morning, Maggie.
Hey, that's right. We've been here for all of the hype and excitement. And guys, finally, last night, that big black tie event, it all went down right behind me on that island right there, San Giorgio Island. We were here yesterday watching all of the A-listers get ferried in water taxis back and forth all afternoon long. Now, the event itself has been kept very top secret, but guys, we do have a sneak peek of that dress. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez stunning in a black tie ceremony. The couple and their star-studded guest list secluded on the island of San Giorgio in Venice, kept far away from prying eyes. Vogue immediately releasing a digital cover featuring her dress. Sánchez Bezos wearing a custom Dolce Gabbana wedding gown, telling the magazine it took a year and a half to make and describing it as a piece of poetry. Stars like the Kardashians, Oprah Winfrey, Usher, and Leonardo DiCaprio seen making their way to the private island for the ceremony. The couple leaving for the event separately. Bezos wedding ready in his tuxedo, stepping into a water taxi with a wave. His bride in a pre-wedding outfit, white short sleeve jacket, white hair scarf, and her fingers already decked out in diamonds. The wedding festivities set to continue today, despite protesters planning mass demonstrations, threatening to disrupt and block the wedding venues. Protesters claim that because of their threat of demonstrations on the wedding day, the couple was forced to move one of their venues here. This is called the Arsenal, an old Navy shipyard, and you can see it has 2 miles of these tall, thick brick walls, potentially the perfect place for privacy. The deputy mayor telling us the city is prepared. How big are these protests, and what are people protesting?
Are very big, reading the newspaper, are very small if you count the people involved. The same people that every year find a new opportunity to make some complaint and some protest. And
guys, it was Lauren who actually gave us the first look at that dress, posting it almost immediately to her Instagram account, where she also has already changed her name to Lauren Sánchez Bezos. Guys.
All right, Maggie Rulli, just a gorgeous backdrop
Really
too
is.
of Venice. Just beautiful. Maggie, thank you for bringing that to us.
Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon and one of the world's richest men, has married the former journalist Lauren Sánchez in Venice. The event's reported to have cost around $46 million. It was relocated from the city centre after protests from Venetians. The celebrations are expected to last all weekend, and our correspondent Sarah Rainsford is in Venice for us.
There's definitely some protest here in Venice about this wedding. I mean, look at this backdrop. It is absolutely beautiful. And that, of course, is why Jeff Bezos and his now wife, Lauren Sánchez, chose this Italian location, this destination, for their 3-day wedding ceremony. We actually don't think this was the wedding itself. We think the actual proper nuptials happened in the United States. But this is where they've had the 3-day party with an A-list guest list of celebrities, stars, particularly from the United States. So there are paparazzi all over town trying to snap pictures of them as they climb onto the water taxis and dot around this city as they arrive in their mega yachts and their private jets. This is a big event for Venice, and that's why there is this protest, because this is an extremely fragile city, an ancient city on the water, as you can see, of course, and as everybody knows, but a city that is sinking. It's a city where there is a massive amount of tourism, and the protesters are protesting about all sorts of things. They're worried about climate change, they're worried about the impact that massive businesses like Bezos' Amazon company have on climate change. They're worried too about locals here in Venice being forced out of this city and cities across southern Europe by over-tourism. So they're protesting against that. And particularly lots of the protesters that we've spoken to have talked about this idea of using cities like Venice as a theme park, as a backdrop, as a pretty, in fact, stunning setting for a wedding, but not caring about the city. Now, Mr. Bezos has basically hit back against that by saying he is donating $3 million, we believe, to a variety of causes, including a local charity that's working to protect this city, and also the UN agency, UNESCO, that works to protect cultural heritage. So there's a sort of bit of a hit back from the wedding party, or the wedding man himself, the guest of honour, the groom and his bride, saying that this is not about exploiting Venice, but it is about putting a focus on a beautiful city, which, of course, as you can see, is utterly stunning.
God, it really is, isn't it? Our thanks to Sarah Rainsford in Venice.
Rarely has Venice seen such opulence, and that's saying something.
Hey, Jeff! Congratulations!
Billionaire Jeff Bezos smiling and waving as the cameras flashed on his wedding day.
Congratulations!
And from bride-to-be Lauren Sánchez, a kiss for the paparazzi. Across the floating city, a who's who of the world's richest and most famous celebrities boarded boats for the ceremony. Kim Kardashian and sister Khloe dressed to the nines. Orlando Bloom minus estranged wife Katy Perry, who's on tour in Australia. Oprah Winfrey and Gayle King, and Leonardo DiCaprio, though he seemed determined to keep his face hidden.
The wedding festivities have officially kicked off here in Venice.
Media organisations from all over the world flying in to cover the highly anticipated event, but not everyone was happy with the attention. This life-sized mannequin of Bezos, clutching an Amazon box, was dropped into Venice's Grand Canal. Activists took over St. Mark's Square, brandishing signs. They see the wedding as a glaring symbol of wealth inequality.
I would say that it's not bringing money to the citizens, it's not bringing money to Venice, it's bringing money to some of the people that had to do something with this wedding.
Others say the high-rolling visitors will ultimately be good for the city.
These events are very respectful to the city. There is no negative impact. The daily life is of course, business as usual.
The rumoured price tag for the wedding of the year, almost $63 million. Jacinta Lee, 7 News.
Tonight, protesters shooting smoke flares off Venice's famed Rialto Bridge. Several hundred people marching through the city's canals, yelling Bezos out of the lagoon and no space for Bezos. Protester Giacomo Scarpa says, as a Venetian, I want to defend my city from this mass tourism. Bezos is a symbol of that. Venetian Martina Vergana says, we're here to continue ruining the plans for this day. But nearby on the Grand Canal, plans for newlyweds Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez Bezos carried on, accompanied by security and lots of paparazzi as they and their A-list guests made their way to the final wedding bash at the Arsenale.
Even more off the beaten track, it is at the Arsenale, the city's old naval shipyard, still controlled by the military, and it is incredibly hard to get to for the public, for the paparazzi, and most importantly, for the protesters.
But in the face of backlash, the couple donating €3 million to local conservation efforts, and most Venetians we met shrugged at the spectacle.
This city is for everybody, for Bezos, for her wife, and for you, for me, for everybody.
And Jose, every Venetian we spoke with brought up those multi-million-dollar donations to organizations near and dear to the city's heart. They see it as a real sign of gratitude.
One of the world's richest men just threw a wedding bash in one of Italy's most iconic cities. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez are capping off a 3-day celebration in Venice tonight with a grand finale party in a former shipyard. But as Megan Williams tells us, not everyone there is raising a glass.
The Italian city of Venice has hosted a maritime empire, revolutions, and now a 3-day celebrity wedding costing about 70 million Canadian dollars. Now, Bezos and Sánchez tied the knot on the island of San Giorgio, just across from St. Mark's Square, in a ceremony with no legal status here in Italy, which might be the most relatable part of the whole affair. Lots of Italian inspiration. Matteo Bocelli, who is the son of the Italian tenor Andrea, sang. The bride wore Dolce Gabbana, inspired by Sophia Loren. Tonight is the grand finale, a party at the Arsenale, which was once a sprawling shipyard. Now it's a venue for shows and luxury events, and it's become a symbol for a city that has quietly shifted from a maritime superpower to a showcase for the global elite, with everyone from Oprah to Elton John and Lady Gaga in attendance. Protesters are out as well, unfurling banners, staging mock weddings, reminding the world that Venice has lost over half of its residents since the 1970s due to mass tourism. Bezos has donated several million dollars to preservation institutions in Venice, but he is worth several $100 billion, and locals are saying that money is really just a drop in the lagoon. Megan Williams, CBC News.
Welcome to Celebrew, where we delve into the most talked about events in the world of celebrities. Today, we're unraveling the layers of Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's extravagant $50 million wedding in Venice, a celebration that has captivated the world and sparked significant controversy. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez chose the enchanting city of Venice, Italy, as the backdrop for their nuptials. The ceremony took place on June 27, 2025, at the historic Basilica of San Giorgio Maggiore, located on the island of the same name. The couple's wedding festivities spanned 3 days, featuring themed events such as a Great Gatsby-style party, a pajama party, and a foam party aboard Bezos' $500 million superyacht, Koru. Sánchez reportedly had 27 different outfits for the celebrations, showcasing designs from Dolce & Gabbana, Oscar de la Renta, and Versace. The wedding attracted approximately 200 high-profile guests, including celebrities, politicians, and royalty. Notable attendees were Oprah Winfrey, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, Kris Jenner, Tom Brady, Ivanka Trump, Queen Rania of Jordan, and Bill Gates. Guests were transported via private jets and exclusive water taxis, with accommodations arranged at some of Venice's most luxurious hotels, such as the Aman Venice, Hotel Cipriani, and Hotel Danieli. To maintain privacy and exclusivity, guests were required to adhere to strict protocols. Mobile phones were prohibited during events to prevent unauthorized photos and leaks. Attendees received mood boards to guide their attire for each themed party, and specific event locations were disclosed only at the last minute. Instead of traditional wedding gifts, the couple requested donations to various charitable organizations, emphasizing their commitment to philanthropy. Despite the grandeur of the celebrations, the wedding faced significant backlash from Venice residents and activists. Protests erupted across the city, with demonstrators criticizing the event as a symbol of wealth-driven exploitation and the commodification of Venice. Activist groups like No Space for Bezos organized marches and displayed banners reading, "Kisses Yes, Bezos No," highlighting concerns over overtourism, rising housing costs, and environmental degradation. In response to the protests, security measures were intensified throughout Venice. Authorities implemented pedestrian and water traffic restrictions around event venues, and the couple reportedly altered some of their wedding plans, including relocating certain events to more secluded locations. One notable incident involved activists threatening to release inflatable crocodiles into the canals to disrupt the festivities, prompting a change in venue for the final party. The wedding's economic impact on Venice was substantial. Local officials estimated that the event would bring millions of euros to the city's economy, benefiting hotels, restaurants, and transportation services. Additionally, Bezos and Sánchez donated 3 million euros to local sustainability initiatives, aiming to support the preservation of Venice's cultural and environmental heritage. While the couple's lavish ceremony took place in Venice, reports indicate that the wedding was not legally binding under Italian law. It is believed that Bezos and Sánchez had already formalized their marriage in the United States prior to the Venetian celebrations. The wedding highlighted the contrasting realities within Venice, a city renowned for its beauty and history, yet grappling with challenges like over-tourism and environmental threats. While the elite enjoyed opulent festivities, many locals viewed the event as a disruption to their daily lives and a reflection of broader societal inequalities. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez's wedding was a spectacle of wealth and celebrity, set against the backdrop of one of the world's most iconic cities. While the event brought economic benefits to Venice, it also sparked debates about privilege, environmental responsibility, and the preservation of cultural heritage. As the world continues to watch the lives of the ultra-rich unfold, events like this serve as a reminder of the complexities and consequences that accompany such grandeur. Thank you for joining us on Celeb Brew. Stay tuned for more in-depth coverage of the latest celebrity news and events.